Teresa, ask me how excited I am.
How excited are you, Paula?
I am so excited beyond words, y'all.
What are you excited about?
I'm excited about this. It's finally out. And my Aunt Peggy called me while I was sitting at my makeup, doing my hair and my makeup. My Aunt Peggy called. And when she calls, I answer because I never know what she's got to say, you know, if she needs something or something from me. So I said, I'm fixing my face. I'm fixing to start filming. And she said, well, I won't keep you. But she said, I just wanted to let you know that this is the best cookbook that I've seen you produce, Pauline. And I said, Aunt Peggy, I can't tell you how happy that makes me, because when I get my Aunt Peggy's thumbs up, I know I can put it in the bank, that she would never, ever lie to me or mislead me in any way. So today we're going to prepare our first recipe out of the new cookbook. And you know that you can still get this cookbook because we actually ordered more than it was just ordered by y'all. But you can get it from Hoffman Media, or you can get it in our Paula Deen stores. And I think that's about the only place you can get it. Is that right, Teresa?
Yes, that's correct.
So I will be doing book signings fairly soon on this new book. And those of you that pre-ordered, you don't have to send me your book to get it signed, but you just let me know and I'll send you a book plate with my signature on it to put in your book. So those are really, really good. The book plates work out well. All right, so we're going to make the rich butterscotch pie from our book, and I'll show you what it looks like. And there's a picture of my mama and my precious baby brother that was almost more like my baby than mama's. He and I, what, Lou? He and I had each other a lot longer than, he didn't have his mama but 16 years. And so like I said, he was like my baby. And I miss him so, so, so bad. But I'm saying he's with our Heavenly Father and he's better off where he is. Okay, so this recipe calls for a refrigerated pie dough. And I just really like these because you can put them in your own pans. And, you know, it just looks really, really, really homemade. And it's a delicious, delicious piece of pastry. Now I'm rolling it out just a little bit because I want to have some excess so I can kind of flute the edges. So like I said, you can put this in any kind of dish that you think is appropriate. So see how that comes over some? That's what I wanted. And I want to make sure that it's goes over the same amount all over. So it may take me just a minute to adjust this just the way I want it. Okay, y'all. Got my crust in there. And I'm doing it the easy way. I'm doing it like the pinch way, like this. Just crimping that. And that's the easy way. And I'm going to just prick it because we don't want this to puff up. We want it to stay. That one's not so pretty, but now it looks a little better. So I I poke the sides also. These are so handy. They fit a cookie tray, and I always use these when I'm baking my cookies. And I'm also going to use it for my pie crust. So I'm going to lay this parchment paper down there. Now I'm just going to put these pie stones all around, making sure they're in the edges real good. So this is going in the oven. A regular oven, you'd put it at like 425, but not with my commercial oven. I'm afraid it would burn up. So we're going to do it a little lower than that. And I think it says about 10 minutes. Okie doke, we got the pie crust in the oven. And now I'm fixing to do the filling for our butterscotch pie. And so I'm going to heat these this milk. It's 2 cups. And I don't want it to ball. I just want it like when it kind of starts to bubble around the edges. Doesn't need to ball. All right, so I'm going to melt my butter. Let that melt real good. So we got in the smaller pan, we've got our milk. And in this one, we've got our butter. And then we're going to stir in our flour. And we're going to stir that in until it makes a nice paste. So this has been in the oven probably 5 or 6 minutes. So now I'm just going to lift out our beads. And don't forget, those are hot. Those are hot. But you can see how these have gotten cooked around there, but it's still raw in the center. So that's why we're taking out our beads. But it's baking beautifully, y'all. All right, our crust looks so good, y'all. And I put the timer on for about 5 more minutes. So I'm going to quickly put our filling together. You know, I was telling Teresa, she said, I don't think I've ever made a pie, Paula. And I said, well, pies are a dying art. They really are. Now I'm going to add our flour to our butter. And we're just going to mix that up real good and make a smooth paste. We want to get all the little lumps and bumps out of it. Now, this is where the butterscotch is going to come in with our brown sugar and our white sugar. And you know, if you wanted it really butterscotchy, you could always get some of the butterscotch chips, you know, in the baking section at your grocery store, and maybe just decorate the top, you know, sprinkle the butterscotch chips. All right, we're going to move our milk over here now. And we're going to slowly add this to our sugars. So we'll just get that started. And let's see, I had it on real low, so I'm going to bring that heat back up. Because I want those sugars to melt. Oops. All right, so I'm going to add all of our milk. Made a little mess right there, but that's all right. Now we want to stir this constantly until it's nice and thick. And then I'm going to temper our egg yolks with some of the hot mixture. This is starting to ball, y'all. So I'm going to slowly temper our egg yolks. To temper means to bring those egg yolks up to a warm degree slowly so they won't turn into scrambled eggs in our dish. That's important. We don't want to put that in there and look down and it be a bunch of scrambled eggs. I don't want, oh, I keep forgetting that eye is going. All right, so now I'm going to add our egg mixture back into our hot boiling custard. And we're going to cook this for about 3 minutes. We want to make sure that our eggs are done. And it's going to continue to thicken because those yolks make for a very rich custard. And they also act as a thickening agent. Okie doke. So We added another tablespoon of butter. And now I'm going to add our vanilla flavoring. Oh, I'm not going to measure. I'll just do it like this. Kind of like that. Now you want to make sure that you don't add your vanilla while it's still boiling, because it will take out the flavor. You don't want your vanilla to cook. Okay, this has cooled down a good bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pour our custard. You can see how hot our custard is. You know, one of the things that I'm not crazy about pies is because I want every piece to be so pretty. And that first piece is not going to be pretty. This thing's about emptying. I need to replace it. Okay, so you want to make sure all that custard is covered. It's got kind of warm, so you want to make sure that you press that down so you won't get that film. Okay, in the refrigerator it goes. And we hope that I cooked it long enough that it's thick enough for it to slice and not go all over the plate. I'll still eat it though. Okay, y'all. Now this just has a very simple topping of heavy whipping cream, whipped, sweetened. I use like 1/4 cup of sugar to 1 cup of heavy cream. And I am beating up about 1.5 cups of heavy cream. And I just added a little vanilla to it to just give it an extra little kick. Ooh, I think I'm going to have some extra heavy cream left. It didn't show this in our recipe, but I'm just going to put a few butterscotch chips on it just to let people know exactly what kind of pie they're fixing to eat. Okay, so here goes. I'll be obliged to eat the first piece since it's going to be ugly. How does that look, Eddie?
Looks pretty clean.
And it came out perfectly. Oh my goodness. Maybe a little extra dollop. And I got 2 hungry men sitting outside that I'll take them a piece of pie, but not before I taste it. That's legal when you're the cook, right? Mm. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And that refrigerated pie crust is just delicious. So there we go. I got a little whipping cream. But how good does that look? Really, really good. So I hope y'all enjoy. I hope you love the new book. And you can find it through Hoffman Media, the publishers of my magazine, Cooking with Paula Deen magazine, or at pauladeen.com, right, Eddie? It'll be in our stores in Hoffman, and that'll be the only place that you will find it. So I look forward to y'all taking a peek at it. It was Aunt Peggy approved. Love and sweet best dishes. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.